Hello, I'm AbyeXToyCat, and this is Q&A Saturday, the weekly series on my channel where I answer your questions that have been asked over the past week or so across my channel. These tend to be mostly about the next Minecraft console / Minecraft Bedrock update, but they also tend to be about other Minecraft related subjects and just about life and the world in general also. So hopefully you'll enjoy this week's, all the questions coming from last week's comments, so if you want to leave one for next week, make sure you type it in the comment section down below because I read all of those comments, but before I decide on the questions for next week. So with that said, let's get straight into the very first question, which comes in from Jonathan Story, who says, ToyCat, are structure blocks ever going to work on Better Together for Xbox One? So it's worth mentioning this comment is edited, so maybe it said something before or after, but to answer the question directly, there is a structure block on the Better Together or Bedrock version that you've probably noticed if you play around with the, the extra blocks. Like a lot of people tell me, like, ooh, found the structure block, ToyCat, ooh, found the update block, and it's like, that's nice, but there are videos from way back when. So to kind of give you the summary of what's going on with that, basically the structure block is a really powerful block on Minecraft Java, and although it exists on Minecraft Windows 10 and has a function, the truth is because it only works on Windows 10, on other platforms it does other things. So why does it only work on Windows 10? Well, the structure block on console, or the structure block on Bedrock I should say, is the exact same block as the structure block on PC, but it has an entirely different purpose. They figured why not just repurpose something that already exists. Again, I don't know why, but that's what they decided to do. So instead what the structure block does is it connects to the official Minecraft like 3D render website, and it can render your world out there. So if you have a Minecraft realm with a structure block, or if you just have a Minecraft world that you can transfer to your PC, then if you use it there, you can actually do some magic stuff for your world. The structure block, as the way it works right now, on the Java version, can actually be used by just commands on the console, sort of. I mean, most of it. So yeah, will the structure block ever work? Hopefully, because it's weird having the same block that does two utterly different things on each platform, but that's where we are, and they've shown no sign that they want to fix it, at least not yet. So let's move on to the second question, shall we, which comes in from Sebastian Rembis, who says, I'm happy that I'm one of your viewers that have never commented on videos or even chats in the live streams, but yet you still care about the fact that I watch and like your videos. Happy to say that I've been here for 2 years. So first of all, I think that is amazing that you've been around for that long, and I know the truth is on YouTube, because, like, it's like a toxicity cycle. Sometimes, like, you don't want to, necessarily leave a comment, because what are you going to comment? Or sometimes you don't necessarily want to leave a live stream chat, and again, the truth is when I watch YouTube, I don't really do that many comments. Like, sometimes, if it's a YouTuber I particularly like, I'll be like, oh yeah, or if there's something I really have to say and add, I'll leave a comment, but the truth is YouTube comments are like this weird wildland where only like one, or, on Q&A Saturday, it's like 1 in every, like, 20 people will leave a comment, but usually it's like 1% of people leave comments down there, so you get a really weird subsection of people. I think it's really important to care about the people who watch every video, or the people who, like, necessarily like or whatever in every video, not the people who necessarily just leave comments, because although comments are useful and they're helpful for specific wording, I think the overall reaction of, like, was this a good or a bad thing, that comes from how many people have watched it, how many people have liked it, or disliked it, whatever, and I think that's why I do that on my channel, and that's the reason why I try to care about pretty much everyone that watches the channel, not just those that have the loudest voice, because again, the people, they're going to be, like I've said, we've gone through these billion, like, people who are just, like, trying to come up with reasons to hate me, and, like, the truth is, like, just, you only see that because if 20,000 people watch a video, one person's going to be like, geez, ToyCat is literally worse than Hitler, and I don't like that you think that, but whatever, like, instead of, like, going for the most vocal responses, I try to get the feel for the audience as a whole, and maybe that's something that's good, maybe it's bad, but it's something that I tried to at the very least, and I'm glad you appreciate it. So let's move on to the third question, which actually comes in from Radar, who says, #Q, which do you prefer, minigames on console or PC/Java servers? So can I quickly, add in the, obviously the Bedrock servers, because I've come to the conclusion this week, I've been a little bit maybe lying to myself or just trying to believe, but I used to think the Bedrock servers were gonna be as good as Java servers one day, but the truth is, I'm playing them in the background, there's a few fun game modes there, but there's always something. Every single time I play any Minecraft Bedrock server, there is always an issue. There is never not an issue there. Minigames on console, I think they're really fun because they were customized by a team to be fun for, like, casual stuff or for competitive things. Because it's so, well put together, I find it has the best connection, generally speaking, at least when you host. So I really love minigames on console, but I think PC Java servers, at least in my personal experiences, they at least have the connection fundamentals, like you should connect to the server, when you're playing it should feel about fine, and they also have, like, the variety of, like, how many developers they have going down fine, and the only fault I really have with them is the monetization, which, if you're, like, especially when you have younger players, can lead to you spending, like, lots and lots of money on something which is, fundamentally meant to be free. Again, free to play is an issue, and that's why the, I really like the, minigame equivalent on console, because it's just like, oh yeah, you can spend $7 max, and that's if you wanted to have everything. So yeah, I think I prefer minigames on console for the price and for the, usually for the, kind of the connection and the experience, but I think PC Java servers have a lot more to offer. And when it comes to Bedrock servers, I don't know, I really want to like them, but I'm running through issues every time I do. So yeah, that's kind of my honest update right now, at least. Let's move on to the fourth question though, which comes in from Val's side of the internet, who says, couple weeks ago, Toycat, those consoles won't die anytime soon. Me, thank God. Now, Toycat, we're coming to the end of the PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii U life cycle. So just to quickly respond to this, because yeah, like a few months ago, I was like, yeah, don't worry, you've got plenty of time left with the obviously the old gen, and then I think it might have been last week. Obviously, he thinks that I said something along the lines of like, yeah, we're coming towards the end now, and I think those two statements aren't contradictory. I mean, you can correct me if you're wrong, I guess internet, but I honestly do think that those two statements both make sense, because again, as of last year, I think from 2017 onwards, you're like, oh yeah, all of 2018, you can have updates all through that year, maybe into 2019 too, but now we're here in 2018, we know there's going to be like, maybe 1, 2, 3 updates this year, and although you can probably get those few, the big future that they're still planning for Minecraft, the bulk of it, like 10 years down the line, there won't be a 360 available then. So yeah, and obviously the thing that kind of shifted it, seemed like it was going even faster, is the fact that we're starting to see early reports, again, they're rumors, we're not seeing anything official yet, but we're starting to see early reports of the PS5 being developed, and again, Nintendo's always doing something with new consoles, and given that Nintendo's life cycles are shorter too, I think as soon as we move past the Switch, as soon as we move past the PlayStation, like, you can't support a console that's 2 generations old. Like, imagine if there was Minecraft for the PS2 that was still being updated. You'd be like, really? They're still wasting like 1/7 of their development time doing that? That seems a bit wasteful, and I think that will eventually happen with the 360 and the PS3. Honestly, like you said in your comment that you just got a PS3, but the truth is like, if you get a PS3, you can't expect to get modern games on it. Like, if at least you can get some, but like very few, and I think that's going to be true for like Minecraft updates too. You'll still have an amazing, phenomenal Minecraft experience. Like, Minecraft is the game. Just on the 360, I have some absurd number of thousands of hours. Just on the Xbox One, I have thousands of hours, and you can still get that experience. It just doesn't necessarily mean you'll get updates, which I think, again, and bear in mind, that's not necessarily getting updates at some point, like 8 to 18 months away from now. Like, it could even be longer than that. But honestly, yeah, once 2 generations have passed, you can't expect it to update forever, or you'd have to be like, hey, why is Nintendo still not updating Super Mario Bros. For the SNES still? Like, I haven't got new levels since like 1998, and it's like, I mean, like, at some point, every game's life cycle comes to its end, and that's not coming for a long time, but I'm just saying, like, when the PS5 coming out sooner would accelerate that life cycle. Hopefully, that answers questions and doesn't confuse everyone that doesn't care about Minecraft console, in which case, the next question comes in from Shmee. Is that Shmee? I like Shmee. Anyway, they say, what new structures would you like to see? I personally would love to see a revamp of the jungle temple and some sort of mesa structure that is not a temple. It's funny because I had this exact same thought earlier this week. Like, the jungle temple really doesn't seem like fit for its purpose right now. Like, it looks really odd. It's just an odd, weird, out of place thing. So I would love to see a mesa structure, like you said. Also, I thought that for a while, and I've actually made entire videos on like what I believe is. I think every single structure, every single biome in Minecraft should have at least one structure. We have 3 or 4 desert structures now, which is silly, and then we have the mesa biome with none. We have the roof forest with just the one now, which that's nice that they did that. Maybe we're slowly going to get there, but we have so many biomes out there. The oceans are getting one slowly. I think every biome should get a brand new structure, or at least some form of structure that can generate there, because again, there are so many biomes. Like, Savannah has just the Savannah village, that's it. And I feel like adding a new structure would make every biome feel more alive, and if you add new structure for each biome, then some structures that can be found across all of them, I think that'd be great. And like I said, I made a video. The video went like really big on YouTube. I was hoping it can make some impact on like what people requested or what people thought they wanted. The truth is like we haven't seen any real world on structures outside of obviously shipwrecks in 1.13. So I would love to see those, but I haven't really seen any word on it. But yeah, that's the answer to your question, Shmee. Let's move on to the next one, which comes in from Diamond, who says, "Hello, Toycat, how are you doing on this fine morning/afternoon/evening? It's 4:08 p.m. 4:09 p.m. The clock literally shifted as I looked at it, but it's 4:09 p.m. as I record this, so I think that's evening. But anyway, they say, let me guess the point. What type of video do you enjoy making on your channel the most? So to answer your question, I think it might be the Let's Plays, because I can, I feel like it's the chill opportunities to talk about anything, and it's with like the most chill group subscribers that are like, down to listen. Or outside of that, it's honestly one of those questions I ask myself all the time, because I try to make sure that the videos I'm making, I enjoy making, and because, like I feel like some of that can come across in it. And that's why the majority of my channel, like, is so weird and goes through like phases. Like, you know, you'll notice we'll go through a phase of like, oh yeah, here's some post-commentary stuff. Then it's like, oh, we're gonna do a week of like, you know, 3 or 4, 5 things you didn't know about X videos. And the truth behind that is because I just go into phases of like, I'd love to, you know, talk about this. I'd love to teach people things about this, and that's why you know, my channel is so variety based, because my, you know, like vision of what I want to do is always kind of changing. And maybe that's a bad thing, but I think we've stuck through it for long enough. So thank you for everyone that enjoys seeing, you know, the variety of like, even in the past week where you see stuff going from like, oh, here's every cape in the game, to like, oh, how high can you go in a world, to like, oh, here are the removed mobs from like 2009 of Minecraft. It's yeah, it's kind of weird seeing all of that in the same channel, but I'm glad you all like it. So let's also, I really like news, just because I feel like not many channels cover news in like an effective way like I do. At least that's what I like to think, and I like to be like the first source that people go to, and it makes me like super proud that that's what people think of me as. So anyway, let's move to the next question, which comes in from Donut Big Boy, who says, what do you think of the role-playing Minecraft channel? So I'll be truthful with you here, Donut Big Boy, who's a long-time live stream chatter and also just subscriber you might recognize. But yeah, to actually answer his question, I used to not like them at all. I used to think like, why do these guys exist? They make everyone look really weird. Because honestly, the truth is a lot of them are done like in this really, you know, like, I think cringy is the word that people would use, but like, you know, it's like oh, this makes me uncomfortable to watch. I don't know why people are finding this, but nowadays it's just like, because, you know, now role-playing Minecraft is like a decent majority of Minecraft. I think it is just like, you know, people play Minecraft and they're like, oh, Minecraft videos are the only ones out there, so you can tell a story like in a vlog style, or, you know, you can tell stories or whatever through that, and I think, you know, that's fine. Like, if you want to role-play in Minecraft, role-play in Roblox, that's all cool if that's your thing you do. It's just something I personally wouldn't ever want to do, and again, I think it's really great that those channels exist and those channels thrive, because, you know, whatever you're doing in Minecraft, the fact that Minecraft can be used to do such diverse things, from, you know, not just playing the game, but telling stories about it, I think that's wonderful, and that's something that you get because of those role-playing channels. So, again, I think it's cool they exist. I don't personally watch them, and again, it makes me a little bit uncomfortable to do so, but I think if you do watch them, or if you know anyone who watches them or owns one, then it's just like, you know, that's a form of Minecraft content. Every single video on the internet is weird to someone, and, you know, like, the truth is like, YouTube exists so that we can have these like things, just because it seems weird to some people. I watch videos about planes, and, you know, that's weird as heck to people who watch Minecraft roleplays. Like, oh, like, what are you gonna watch about it? They're all the same, right? And it's like, no, I mean, not really, but yeah, that's just my point being, the internet is weird, and, like, you know, there are much weirder things out there. So let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Flames Fury 005, who says, Q&A, have you ever thought of expanding your business, selling merchandise, or creating an original game? So I always had the dream of eventually making a game, like, branded with the Toy Cat thing, but obviously I can't make my own games, and like, getting in contact with someone and being like, hey, do you want to make a game, and then we'll split the profits, and like, I'll promote it or whatever. But the truth is there just aren't that many people out there who are like both, you know, talented and willing to, you know, like, do something like that, because they're, you know, like, who wants to work with a YouTuber who's gonna, you know, ask them to do things? So yeah, I really would love to make an original game, but like, yeah, I just came to the conclusion, like, I guess it's probably not gonna happen, even though it would be cool as heck. So with the selling merchandise thing, it's funny, so many people ask me like, yo, Toycat, when are you gonna start selling merchandise? And that probably tells me how bad a job I do of like actually promoting it. By the way, shirts.ibxtoycat.com. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work out like some better way to promote the merchandise, which is good for subscribers that actually do want it, without hopefully being annoying to the people who don't. So yeah, I'm gonna make a new merch line. I'm gonna, like, again, it's gonna be a really exciting thing. I want to make sure I do it right, so it's something that's gonna like maybe take some months, but I want to make sure that like if I sell merchandise, it's both comfortable, because the merchandise I sell now is really comfortable too, but I want to make sure it's always comfortable, like you're getting a good product, not just one of those, like, you know, those really cheap t-shirts that like they just like literally iron a thing on. Some YouTubers sell those for like $30-40 because they know their subscribers will buy it. I want to make sure every subscriber gets a good deal on something they actually do want, and that's gonna be a challenge that takes a bit longer. So yeah, that's the answer to your question. Let's move on to the next one, which comes in from Building Blocks Minecraft, who says, what happened to custom superflats? The developers said that they would be in the next major update, so does that mean they'll be in 1.3? Yes, actually. So yeah, so they haven't spoken about them in a long time, so, you know, maybe they've forgotten about them, but what you gotta bear in mind, well, 1.13 added all those technical features, 1.3 probably added custom superflats, it probably added amplified, like they said, and maybe many more features too. Again, we're not entirely certain. They're probably going to emphasize obviously the updated aquatic parts, but it's something you will expect to see. Brand new 1.3 features that aren't even updated aquatic and that we haven't seen yet, just like that. So let's move on to the final question, which comes in from Kyle Wilschusen, who says, what are the best places to visit in Germany? And I figured because, you know, I guess some people have caught on to the fact that I go to Germany a fair amount, like, you know, maybe like twice a month or something like that. So the best place is if you're going to Germany and you're like, I want to see what's going on there. Honestly, I usually recommend, like, well, the capital is the easiest place to fly into, and there's that. But in Germany, it's actually easier usually to fly into Frankfurt or to fly into Munich. But I entirely recommend flying into Munich, because when you go to a country, you kind of want to see that, you know, like, almost stereotypical experience. You want to get that feeling of, like, what the country not really is like, but, like, what it feels like. And I feel like Munich gives you that the best, because it's, like, the deep traditional south of the place, and, you know, they actually wear Lederhosen, and they drink a bunch of beer, and, you know, it's a funny little thing. So, yeah, I entirely recommend Munich. I would say Frankfurt's, like, really, really, I think a lot of people have real issues with Frankfurt, and if you like going places that are, like, objectively not as good as others, I recommend Frankfurt, because, you know, like, the main station, like, it smells a bit like urine, but, like, not too bad. But yeah, everyone has, like, real issues with it, but I like Frankfurt a lot, and that's where I mostly go. But Munich is where I recommend for a first-time visitor, maybe Berlin, because Berlin's got the cool, like, East meets West thing. And then besides that, I'd probably have to say Aachen, or Aachen. It's called Aachen, and it's famous because now there's a map in World War II about it. But yeah, Aachen's actually a really cool town. Like, it's super, super old, which is, you know, nice. Like, most of Germany doesn't get to be super old because bombs or whatever. So it's super old, and it's right next to the Belgium, Netherlands, and German tri-point border. So if you ever wanted to be in 3 countries at once, you can do it if you take, like, a bus and a walk. And no, that's cool if you ask me. So there's my recommendations for Germany. There's my recommendations for Minecraft, and I guess my recommendations for life. I don't know, go, like, brush your teeth. You haven't done it in a few hours. Jeez. Like, you can't just be watching my videos of bad breath. It hurts me a little bit. But no, seriously, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like if you liked it, share if you liked it, subscribe if you're around here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a nice day, and, like, I mean it. Go brush your teeth. Jeez.